Hey everyone, Action here! The disgusting butterfly established their branch offices across all planets, preventing us from expanding our rightful corporate holdings. However, they did not expect the strength of our military. Through sheer power, we seized their assets and got control of all their branch offices. Since we are tech rushing with only one system and no galactic market formed, we have to buy rare material from the internal market at a tremendously high price. Right now, I have no idea how we're going to win this challenge due to our dwindling economy. If you want to help me out a little bit by subscribing, I appreciate it so much. We are making such a huge progress towards this channel. And now, without further ado, let's get into it. So apparently I was wrong and we can form a galactic community before the mid-game date. All we need to do is establish communications with at least 70% of all empires in the galaxy. And in order to do that, what we're gonna do is very simple. We're gonna go ahead and trade some communications, and doing that, eventually we'll reach everyone else in the galaxy, following that same principle that everyone you know on Earth is at least 7 contacts away from you. And it is very cheap to negotiate communications. Only 27 dark matter will do it for these guys. To be honest, they are very friendly with us. So we already established contact with 2 more empires, but both of them don't know anyone else. So we are gonna have to rely on the empires we are at war with. But they are still cordial to us. War is merely the continuation of economic competition by other means. I agree with you. Oh, we can't offer trade deal amidst a war. Makes sense. By looking at the victory screen, we can see how many empires there are, or at least have a good vision about it. So out of 19 empires, we have established communications with 12. So doing a quick math would require about 14 empires to have communications with us. So 2 more remaining. Oh, we can have the gateway travel already. That's good. If someone else happened to have a gateway on the other side of the galaxy, that will facilitate things a lot for us. Right now we need to expand our occupation in the war, and we currently sent another one of our battleship fleets to engage on the other section. However, one empire already declared war on the cleansers of Thanka, so their occupation do not count towards our own war. At least we finished the production of our armies, currently a little above 1000 in army strength. Why are they doing this? So the Vagoran Confederacy is occupying our planet, but that does not count towards our occupation. And there is no way we can occupy from them unless we declare war at them, which will go against our objective of joining their federation. Let's start the construction of some mega war androids just in case we need for another war. They are quite expensive to build, so we only built 5 of them. We are doing some orbital bombardment at their planet. However, since we only have 4 battleships, the amount of devastation we are making is very low. We can start gateway construction now, which will help us move across the galaxy. We can start the production of our Vesper 17 class Juggernaut, and I will be using penetrating weapons, because in most cases it's best against the crisis. The only exception may be the Setana. We can finally achieve war goals, and we have taken control of all of these branch offices. Holy! Now we're gonna spend a little of our minerals in order to build the necessary holdings. So we'll start off by building a commercial forum, which will increase the branch office trade value tremendously. However, they are very expensive, 800 minerals for a single one, the same cost as a Mega War android. And we have currently finished building up our 5 Mega Wars for a total of 1000 army strength. We'll now recall all of our fleets, which will take more than 1000 days to return. Oh, that was unfortunate. So because we have finished the construction of our first ring segment, its district got changed to a commercial segment, meaning we are now in a deficit of rare crystals. And since we aren't producing any, we can't buy them from the market. Let's hope some of our allies have a stockpile of it so we can buy until we are producing our own. Here we'll trade 130 dark matter for only 100 rare crystals. Now, although we are a trade empire, we aren't making the best decisions here, when it comes to trade, that is. Let's build our first construction ship in the game in order to have a gateway in our system. I don't even know why I try to say main system sometimes, because we only have one. So let's have a gateway site on the opposite side of our hyperlane networks. We can hire the Baron Victor Jariden, and he has a very good trait, plus 500 ship starting experience, and also plus 25% ship build speed. Because we won't be able to build a mega shipyard, everything that we can have for ship build speed will be very helpful. Mainly because we are only gonna have one shipyard, which is our starbase. Let's start building up some research segments as well, and our mineral production is currently at plus 0.77. I don't know how we're gonna overcome that, to be honest. And also our consumer good deficit, because the trade district on our Shattered Ring provides us with some artisan jobs. But on the regular ring world, it does not. We will be constructing some commercial segments in order to increase our trade value and buy the resources we cannot produce. So basically globalism, but in a galactic scale. Or should I say galacticism? Because those very beautiful butterflies were a criminal heritage, there are some branch offices that are producing negative amounts of trade. But we won't close them, because although they have some criminals later on, these criminals will be off, so we'll be able to benefit from them. We have finished our last tradition, the adaptability, and we have 2 ascension perks to grab. Now it hurts my feelings to see Galactic Wonders and Master Builders, and we opting for the universal transactions. But minerals are quite expensive in our internal market, or energy for each one, and alloys you can sell for only 0.77. So let's try to trade with some other empires. Also, now that we are at peace with them, we can offer trade deal to have communicate. Oh, they don't know anyone else. Alright. Do the butterflies know? Nope. Although it doesn't look like a butterfly, it is the butterfly empire. Here you can have a better deal, but it is still an absurd 4.4 thousand alloys in exchange for 5k minerals. Like, we are a trade empire and we keep doing the worst trades ever. I just want for the galactic market to be established so we can trade in some resources without those absurd prices. Oh, look at this commercial pact. How wonderful it is for them. The deal will grant us 29 energy and them 600 each month. Like, you gotta be paying me much more than that, buddy. But since we are the good guys, we don't care. Titans, finally. After we finish the research, we can build our colossus. Now, for real, the Cleansers of Funka already established the branch office on the Cobaria. We are gonna declare war on them again. That's what they want, right? They are masochists. They want to suffer. So let's grab the Colossus project and start researching it. A shortage of volatile modes? That I did not expect. Oh, those very strange Fallen Empire wants to grant us planetary shields. Thank you. But although it's weird, right? Like we are ever gonna use it. So I've reached in the wiki to see why we don't have the ancient refinery yet. And apparently our odds of researching it reduces dramatically if we do not have a faculty of Arco studies. However, we don't have the minor artifacts required to have it, so I don't know how we're gonna do that. Unity Ambitions technology, fantastic. Only 3 months to finish? Alright. And we are already making 5,000 trade value on the Hopeless Dream system. And we can pick our last Ascension perk, which will be Transcendent Learning, I guess. Like, all the other ones do not provide a very good bonus. Like Elect Contender, we are just gonna roll through the Fallen Empire anyways. And Eternal Vigilance, we only have 1 starbase. If someone manages to reach our system, we are already over anyways, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, let's grab the Stranded Learning. And because we have finished all the Ascension perks, we can upgrade our planets to Ascension Tier 10. And I know why we don't have contact with the other side of the galaxy. And that is because there is a Marauder and we are in a barred spiral galaxy. And the other part that we could have went through is blocked in by the Fallen Empire. So yeah, the galaxy is segregated. That's why these guys that are on the frontier does not have any communications with other empires. So we need to brute force our way to the Marauders using the 8th Codex fleet. I just wish we had jump drives though, it would make our lives so much easier. We have finally finished the research of Ancient Refinery, so we can build it on our planets. However, we can only build one. Oh no. They also cost minor artifacts. Oh boy. How are we gonna do this? I mean, that tech was my only hope of stabilizing our economy. I guess we could try researching the precursor anomalies and perhaps grant us a little bit of minor artifacts. I'm trying to stabilize our economy, but it's becoming extremely volatile. We currently have minus 2k energy credits every single month from our trades, and we aren't even being able to maintain the exotic gas consumption. And amidst all this chaos, a beacon of hope appeared, our Juggernaut. Our tech reduced a little bit, however, our economy is much stable now. I have exchanged the Nasus the Meteor, which was exploring this region here, for our head of research, so he could explore these anomalies and maybe have some minor artifacts for us. But after we did that, our head of research was ambushed by a Catalloid, yeah, on the other side of the galaxy. It's gonna time out in 1800 days, and it's gonna take our Juggernaut 2000 days to reach there. So our scientists pretty much died because of this. We need to hire another good head of research, but there aren't very good options here. We'll activate a edict to help us out. Let's see if it reduces a little bit further. Yeah, it's now only 1.6 thousand days, and the project will time out in 1.5, so it's still not enough. We are finally engaging the Marauders. And oh boy, do they have a large fleet in there. I think we're gonna have to activate a little more edicts. Our fleets were doing just fine until they got clustered by their missiles. Thankfully we managed to survive their first strike. And it is just a firework at this point. There's missiles and strikecraft being fired everywhere. One system is now cleared. Moving on to the second one. Jump drives, fantastic. Yeah, we lost 2 battleships. That's not good. Since we are in such a very bad position to fight the 25 times crisis, we want to maintain control of every single ship that we have. Cannot afford these losses. Now that we have dealt with the Marauders, we can deactivate our war edicts and save up some precious rare resources. Oh no, they don't have a passage to the other side. Is it really just one passage? I've never seen that before. Well, I have a better plan. Since we won't be arriving in time to save our head of research, we'll use our Juggernaut to move to the Stellaris system and improve itself to have the jump drive. This way we can jump from here to there and establish contact with one empire on the other side. Because that's all we need to do, just establish one contact with any empire on the other side. Now buying 360 minerals from the market is costing us 1.9 thousand energy. And if we had the Galactic market formed, that wouldn't be happening. Our Juggernaut reached the system, let's upgrade its design, 16 days only, and let's jump. Why? Oh, we need a science ship for scientist, man. Alright, that isn't a problem. And just grab a scientist vessel. Since we expanded a little bit of our tech, almost at 14,000, we have a very large consumer good deficit that we are trying to resolve by spending more minerals with our civilian fabricators. So yeah, things are pretty dire for us at this point. We really need to establish communications with another empire. Let's jump our head of research. Alright, and we already made contact with some species. Let's start making first contact with them. and I need to save our economy for a couple more months. Who wants to trade with me, please? You? Do you have? Oh, you are just a consciousness, you don't have consumer goods. Well, why were you invited into the Federation and I wasn't? Can someone explain me that? You declared war on them, and now you are a Federation member? Alright. But you, I know that you wanna trade. I just have no idea why you have our portrait. You already stole our hope for a Federation and now our leaders. But I can give you some dark matter, I don't know why it is all the way up there. Alright, and I have completely forgot to remove the interloper and have our dwarf ringworld section. I'm so dumb. We have established contact with the sovereignty of Sevasia, and they are cordial to us already. Fantastic. And we have made contact with the Fallen Empire. I was hoping it was another empire, but it's fine. Our head of research is dead. So yeah everyone, that's gonna be it for today's video. We have advanced a lot and the crisis is about to spawn within 30 years. So currently we are still struggling to repair all of our economy and we haven't even started to build our military fleet. So things are looking pretty bad for us, I'm not gonna lie. However, we'll try our best to defeat the 25 times crisis. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, and I'll see you guys next time.